You don't wake up with discipline. You don't roll out of bed magically craving structure, control, or consistency. It's not some gene, and it damn sure isn't a gift from the universe. Discipline, real, unshakable discipline, is asterisk built asterisk. And building it, that's a savage day in, day out process. It's gritty, it's repetitive, it's boring, and that's why most people never develop it. Let me be clear, discipline doesn't feel good at first. Your brain is wired to resist it. That's right, asterisk, your own mind is working against you, asterisk. Why? Because the brain loves efficiency, comfort, familiarity. It loves taking the path of least resistance. That means when you wake up and say, I don't feel like training today, your mind will feed you excuses, logical, sounding sweet, sounding lies, asterisk, a rest is good. You worked hard yesterday. You've earned a break. Asterisk, but here's the reality. Your brain doesn't care about your goals, it cares about survival. It wants you warm, safe, and relaxed. That mindset might have worked 100 years ago when we were dodging predators and hiding from starvation. But today, that wiring is why you stay average. Discipline, real consistency, it doesn't grow in comfort. It's forged in friction, when your body says no, and you say yes. When your environment gives you 1,000 outs, and you shut every door but the one that leads to growth. That's the moment discipline begins. Not when it's easy, not when it's convenient, when it's hell, when it sucks, when your inner bitch voice is screaming and you answer back with action. The most dangerous thing about discipline is this: it doesn't build itself. You've got to asterisk force it asterisk. That means doing the right thing even when no one's watching, even when there's no reward, even when progress feels invisible. Think about that. If your consistency depends on how you asterisk feel asterisk, you're already done. Because feelings fluctuate, they lie, they're unreliable, but your asterisk decisions asterisk, those are where power lives. You want to know why most people never build discipline? Because they expect motivation to carry them. They wait for inspiration, for the perfect moment. Newsflash, asterisk, it doesn't exist, asterisk. You want to win, stop being emotional about your routine. Your alarm goes off, get up. Not because it feels good, not because it's easy. Because it's the asterisk rule asterisk. You're building a new code of conduct for yourself, and it starts with obeying the promises you make when you're at war with your own mind. You see, this is where most people fail. They think discipline is about going hard once in a while. It's not. It's about doing the asterisk mundane asterisk, the asterisk repetitive asterisk, the asterisk uncomfortable asterisk every single day without negotiation. It's about respecting your word to yourself. And here's the hard truth: if you can't trust yourself to follow through on the small things, you'll never follow through on the big ones. You'll fantasize about change while living in the same patterns forever. What builds discipline is asterisk forcing yourself asterisk into structure when your instincts want to flee. It's training your mind to be obedient to a standard you define, and then protect like your life depends on it. And in a way it does, because without discipline, you're just drifting. You're a slave to comfort, to distraction, to emotion. You need to get militant with your habits. Military doesn't ask you if you're tired. It doesn't ask if you feel like showing up. It demands presence. It demands execution. That's what you need to become with your life, a damn soldier in your own army. You say you want better. Prove it. Get uncomfortable. Set a daily schedule and don't break it. Set non-negotiables and stick to them like your legacy depends on it, because it does. The magic of forcing yourself to be consistent is that it bleeds into every area of your life. You become stronger, sharper, clearer. You trust yourself. You gain confidence, not fake, Instagram-style confidence, real, earned confidence. The kind that comes from hundreds of silent battles won with no audience, no likes, no applause. People talk about self-respect. This is how you get it. Not through affirmations, through action, through integrity with yourself, through waking up and doing the thing, even when your bones ache, when you're exhausted, when the world's chaotic. That's the test. That's the proving ground. That's where discipline is built brick by brick, through repetition, through resolve. So if you're sitting there wondering why your life hasn't changed, why you start things and never finish, ask yourself this. Asterisk, what have I been doing when nobody's watching? What choices have I made when the grind got real? Asterisk, because that's where the truth is. That's where growth lives. In those dark, quiet, lonely moments where you either rise or you rot. Bottom line, discipline is not found. It is asterisk forged asterisk, and the forge is hot. It's uncomfortable, but if you can force yourself to stand in it long enough, consistently enough, you become something no one can break. Not life, not setbacks, not failure. That's the goal. Not just to look tough to asterisk, be asterisk unbreakable. And it starts when you stop waiting and start asterisk forcing yourself to be consistent. Asterisk, your mind is not your friend. It's your greatest enemy. People don't want to hear that. They want to believe their mind is some wise guide, always looking out for their best interest. Bullshit, your mind is designed to protect you, not push you. It's built to avoid pain, conserve energy, and stay safe. You know what that means. It will lie to you every damn day. It will tell you you're tired when you're not. It will tell you you've done enough when you haven't. It will whisper weakness in your ear and call it logic, and most of you believe it. That's the trap. You're out here trying to build a better life, but your mind is constantly trying to pull you back into your comfort zone. It doesn't want growth. It wants familiarity, and that comfort zone, that's where dreams go to die, because nothing worth having grows in comfort. Nothing meaningful is built by staying safe. So here's the truth. If you want to be consistent, if you want to be unstoppable, you need to understand how the mind works and then go to war with it. The mind operates like a defense system. It detects effort, strain, and uncertainty as threats. When it senses that discomfort, it activates a voice, a soft, persuasive, calculated voice. It'll say things like, let's take a break, or just this once, or you'll do better tomorrow. That voice is subtle. It sounds smart, it sounds like it cares about you, but it's killing your potential. You think success is about routines, hacks, motivation. No. Success starts the moment you realize your mind is a liar and you choose to disobey it. That's when everything changes, when you stop negotiating with weakness, when you stop listening to the comfortable lie and choose the uncomfortable truth. The uncomfortable truth is this. You're capable of far more than you think, but your mind is terrified of effort. It wants easy, it wants lazy, it wants to be coddled. You've got to choke that voice out. You've got to confront it every time it shows up and say, not today, not this workout, not this task, not this hour. You fight, you override it, because consistency doesn't live in motivation. It lives in asterisk obedience to your highest standard, not your weakest impulse. Let's get educational here. Neuroscience shows us that the brain wires itself through repetition. That means every time you skip the workout, hit snooze, avoid the task, you reinforce a neural loop that makes it easier to do it again next time. That's why inconsistency becomes a pattern, not because you're weak, but because you keep obeying the wrong voice. But here's the beauty of it. You can rewire the mind. Every time you override your excuses and take action, even when it hurts, you create a new pathway, a new mental groove. That's how consistency is built. It's not sexy, it's not quick, it's repetition, relentless, disciplined, uncomfortable repetition. And don't get it twisted, that voice in your head doesn't go away. It never shuts up. You just get better at ignoring it. You build a new voice, a stronger voice, a voice that says, we show up no matter what. A voice that says, this is who we are now. That's the voice of identity. That's the voice of someone who's forced consistency into their DNA. And once that voice becomes louder than the weak one, you become a different animal, unstoppable, focused, dangerous. The problem is, most of you try to negotiate with that weaker voice. You rationalize. You try to make deals. I'll skip today but do double tomorrow. Just one more hour of sleep. I deserve it. You don't deserve anything. You earn it by showing up when everything in you wants to shut down. That's how you take control of your mind. That's how you turn that enemy into an ally. So next time your mind tells you to quit, remember this. It's not truth, it's programming, and that programming is outdated. It was built for survival, not for success. You've got to install new software, and that takes work. Daily, boring, painful work. Consistency comes from mastering your inner dialogue, from catching that first excuse before it takes root, from saying, "I don't listen to weakness anymore." That's a skill. You practice it by doing hard things on purpose, repeatedly, until your identity shifts from someone who tries to someone who executes no matter what. You want to be consistent? Then stop trusting your first thought. Learn to challenge it. When it says rest, go harder. When it says you're done, do one more. When it says nobody will know, tell it you will know. You've got to want the result more than the comfort. You've got to be sick of living below your potential, because your mind will always try to keep you average, and if you let it, that's exactly where you'll stay. But if you fight it relentlessly, patiently, intelligently, you become something different. You become someone who doesn't depend on motivation, because they've built discipline. You become someone who doesn't obey the enemy inside, because they've learned to lead themselves. That's the only way out. You want to win the outer game, you have to dominate the inner one, every day, every choice, every battle. Stay hard. Comfort is the enemy. It's the silent killer. It sneaks in without warning and takes everything from you. Your drive, your hunger, your discipline. You don't even notice it happening. That's what makes it dangerous. Comfort doesn't scream. It whispers. It tells you you've done enough, that you deserve to rest, that you're better off taking it easy just this once. It wraps around you like a warm blanket, and before you know it, you've been sitting still for days, weeks, months, years. Most people don't even realize they're in a cage because the walls are soft, the food is warm. The lights are dim, it's cozy in there, but that's exactly how it traps you. Comfort conditions you to settle. It teaches you to fear resistance, to avoid pain, to dodge growth. It rewards inaction. It praises mediocrity. And the worst part, you start believing that's normal. You stop chasing your potential because chasing hurts. It's exhausting. It's uncertain. So you pull back. You tell yourself you'll try again tomorrow, or when you're ready, or when life calms down. That's the script comfort writes for you, and it's all a lie. Let me tell you the truth. Comfort is the cage, but discomfort is the key. Every time you willingly step into discomfort, when you train past exhaustion, study when you're burnt out, wake up early when you're dead tired, you crack the walls of that cage. Every uncomfortable action is a hammer strike against the limits you've placed on yourself. It's not about being reckless. It's about being relentless. It's about intentionally stepping into the fire and building the kind of mind that doesn't flinch when things get hard. Because here's the educational breakdown. The human nervous system is built to adapt. Your mind and body are wired to respond to stress. When you lift heavy, your muscles grow stronger. When you run long distances, your lungs adapt. When you challenge your beliefs, your brain forms new neural pathways. But none of that happens inside your comfort zone. Growth demands stress, controlled, repeated, intentional stress. And if you're avoiding it, you're choosing stagnation. You've got to stop labeling discomfort as danger. That's the outdated part of your brain talking. The part that still thinks you're going to die if you leave the cave. In today's world, you're not hunted by predators. You're hunted by laziness, convenience, and the slow death of potential. That's what comfort does. It makes you soft. It makes you fragile. You lose your edge. You forget how to suffer. And when life finally hits you, because it will you're not ready. That's why you've got to put yourself through hardship on purpose . Discipline is built by doing things you hate like you love them. You think I like running ultra marathons. You think I like waking up at 4:30 a.m. to train. Hell no. But I love what it does to my mind. I love the discipline it sharpens. I love the control it gives me over my life. Comfort is giving up that control. It's handing over the keys to circumstance. It's saying, I'll do it when I feel like it, knowing damn well you'll never feel like it. That's not freedom, that's weakness. You think you're choosing ease, but what you're really doing is choosing chains of indecision, chains of regret, chains of what if. If you want to be consistent, you've got to get uncomfortable asterisk every single day asterisk. Not once a week, not when it's convenient, asterisk every damn day. Asterisk make discomfort your new normal, chase it, crave it, build a routine around it. Whether it's pushing your body, grinding on your goals, speaking truth when it's hard, or staying locked in when the world is full of noise, seek discomfort like it's your job, because here's what happens when you live in discomfort long enough, it becomes your zone. You start to feel awkward when you're not pushing. You get restless in stillness. You raise your baseline. What used to break you becomes your warm-up. What used to scare you becomes your fuel. You reprogram your identity, not as someone who tries, but as someone who asterisk trains asterisk. As someone who asterisk finishes asterisk. As someone who asterisk endures asterisk. That's how champions are built, not in perfect conditions, not with fancy gear or motivational speeches, but in the dark, gritty, thankless trenches of consistent discomfort. That's where greatness grows, not just physical greatness, mental toughness, emotional control, laser focus. These things aren't talents. They're asterisk-trained responses asterisk. Earned through suffering, repetition, and choosing the hard road when the easy one is right there. You want to change your life, then change your relationship with comfort. Recognize it for what it is, a beautifully wrapped trap. Stop treating pain like punishment. Start treating it like preparation. Every moment you spend outside your comfort zone is a moment you become harder to kill. Not just physically, but mentally, emotionally, spiritually. So stop running from the hard path. Start sprinting toward it. Because that cage, that padded, quiet, harmless little box you've been living in, it doesn't protect you. It asterisk limits asterisk you, and the only way out is through pain, discipline, and the relentless pursuit of something more. Stay uncomfortable, stay hungry, stay hard. Motivation is a liar. It's a hype man. It shows up when the conditions are right, when you're rested, when you're winning, when the sun is shining and life feels good. And when those conditions fade, and they always do, motivation disappears. It ghosts you. It leaves you hanging. And if motivation is the only thing you rely on to do hard things, then the second it vanishes, so does your effort. That's why most people never finish anything. They rely on a feeling that was never meant to be consistent. Motivation is emotional. It's fleeting. It's driven by mood. And let me tell you something. Your mood doesn't care about your goals. Your mood doesn't care about your commitments. Your mood wants one thing, comfort, and that's a damn problem. Consistency doesn't care how you feel. That's what makes it powerful. You want to be different. You want to be elite. Then you stop chasing motivation and start training consistency. That means showing up when you're tired. That means putting in reps when no one's watching. That means staying on your mission when everyone else is making excuses. Let's break this down. Motivation is like a match. You strike it, it flares up, and for a few seconds it burns bright. That's hype. That's what happens when you watch a motivational video or read a quote. But the fire dies out unless you've built something to keep it going. That something is discipline. That something is consistency. Consistency is the slow-burning furnace that runs when everything else fails. And that furnace gets built one day at a time. It's not sexy. It's not glamorous. It's not about hype. It's about repetition. Every time you show up without motivation, you're laying a brick by brick, that becomes a wall. That wall becomes a foundation. That foundation becomes a fortress. And that fortress, that's your new standard. That's your new identity. Not someone who waits to feel good. Someone who shows up regardless. You see, people love to be motivated. It feels good. It's dopamine. It's a rush. But real growth lives in the grind that comes asterisk after asterisk the rush. It's in the days when you wake up and don't want to move. When your body hurts, when your mind screams for rest, when the weather sucks, the schedule's full, your emotions are fried, and you still do the work. That's where consistency is born, not from inspiration, but from execution. Let's make this educational. Neurologically, your brain adapts to patterns. If you only act when you're motivated, you train your brain to require stimulation before you do anything hard. That's dependency. That's weakness, But if you take action without needing a mood boost, you rewire your brain for discipline, you remove emotion from decision making, and that's how consistency is built. That's how mental toughness is trained. It's not about being in the mood, it's about obeying the mission, and let's get something straight. Consistency doesn't mean perfection. It doesn't mean you never stumble. It means you keep showing up. You fall, you rise, you fail, you reset, but you never stop. That's what separates the winners from the rest, not talent, not luck, just the ability to keep showing up, especially when it's hard, especially when it's boring, especially when no one claps. So how do you train consistency? You make your habits non-negotiable. You build a system. You stop leaving your performance to chance. Write down your daily standards. Set your wake-up time. Schedule your training. Track your goals, and then follow through. No matter how you feel. Feelings don't get a vote. Emotions don't lead the process. The mission leads. You want to know what real confidence is. It's not believing in yourself. It's proving to yourself. Through action, through consistency, that you can be relied on, that your word means something, that when you say I'll do it, it gets done. That's confidence, not noise, not fluff. Proof. And the only way to build that proof is through repetition in the absence of motivation. Because when it's all said and done, motivation might get you started, but it will never carry you across the finish line. What gets you there? The grind, the routine, the hours logged when no one's around, the discipline to work when you're broken, tired, or lost. That's consistency, that's power, and let me tell you something else. Motivation makes you feel like doing what's easy. Consistency forces you to do what's necessary. And if you want to build a life you're proud of, you better start choosing what's necessary, because success doesn't reward feelings, it rewards action. Daily, repeated, boring, brutal action, so stop looking for the next motivational video. Stop waiting for some external push. Stop trying to feel ready. You're never going to feel ready. Get up, get moving. Build habits that run with or without your emotions. That's the system, that's the way. That's the mindset that separates the doers from the dreamers. Because at the end of the day, the difference between average and unstoppable isn't talent. It's not luck, it's not hype, it's consistency. Stay hard, nobody's coming to save you. Read that again, let it sink in. This isn't a movie. There's no mentor showing up to guide you. There's no coach knocking on your door to drag you out of bed. There's no secret system, no magic formula, no crowd cheering for you at mile 1. This is your life, and if you want to change it, you've got to take full responsibility for every inch of it. That means no more blaming your parents. No more blaming your job. No more pointing fingers at your past, your genetics, your environment, or your circumstances. Excuses are the language of people who have surrendered control. If you're serious about being consistent, if you're serious about becoming something greater, then you've got to stop outsourcing your discipline, stop waiting for accountability. Become it. You know what's easy. Having someone yell at you to wake up. You know what's hard. Waking yourself up alone, when the bed is warm, when no one would know if you slept in, and still getting after it. That's the difference between being motivated by pressure and being driven by purpose. Real consistency isn't built through external pressure, it's built through internal command. That's self-leadership. That's the rarest form of discipline. Let's break this down from a real life standpoint. You want results in the gym, then you better not rely on a workout partner to show up. You want results in business, don't count on a boss to push you. You want to stay locked in on your goals, then stop depending on likes, followers, or praise to validate your grind. You've got to move like no one's watching, because 99% of the time, no one is, and that's what makes it powerful. When you become your own accountability, your mindset shifts from waiting to executing . You don't need reminders. You don't need external validation. You become your own standard. You become the voice that says, we don't quit. You become the system, the structure, the discipline that keeps the mission alive. And when that happens, you're unstoppable, because now you're not chasing. You're asterisk commanding asterisk. Here's what you've got to do. Create your own scoreboard, set your own metrics, track your own output, build your own system of feedback. If you trained, log it. If you studied, write it down. If you didn't show up, call yourself out. Look in the mirror and say, you failed today. Not with shame, not with pity, but with honesty, brutal, raw, uncomfortable honesty. Because that's what's missing from most people's lives. Honest self-review. They lied to themselves to feel better. I was too busy. It wasn't the right time. At least I tried. No, you either did the work or you didn't. The truth is binary. It's simple, and it's what builds strength. Every day, you've got two choices. You either strengthen your accountability or you weaken it. And every time you let yourself off the hook, every time you justify skipping the work, you're training yourself to fail quietly. You're teaching your brain that quitting is allowed, that softness is acceptable, and that's how mediocrity becomes your new default. Now let's flip that. Every time you do the hard thing without being told, every time you grind in silence, keep a promise to yourself, or hit the target no one else even knows about, you're building asterisk trust asterisk in yourself. You're saying, I can count on me. That trust. That's where confidence lives, not fake confidence, not ego. Asterisk real asterisk earned battle-tested confidence. The kind that can't be shaken because it's been forged through fire. And here's what happens. When you become your own accountability, the world can't touch you. People can doubt you, hate you, try to distract you. It won't matter because you've got an internal compass that doesn't wobble. You don't need applause. You don't need someone checking your work. You asterisk are asterisk the standard. And that makes you dangerous. Let's get educational for a second. Psychologically, this is called internal locus of control. People with an internal locus believe they are responsible for their outcomes. People with an external locus believe life happens asterisk to asterisk them. You want to win, you better develop an internal locus. That means owning everything. The wins, the losses, the missed workouts, the broken habits, the small victories, the discipline to reset when you screw it up. That's full spectrum accountability, and it's the foundation of all lasting consistency. You can build this skill. You train it like a muscle. Start with small promises. Set a goal to wake up early. Hit it. Then track it. Don't miss when you do miss, and you asterisk will asterisk. Don't make excuses. Diagnose it, fix it, and get back on the path. Every time you stay accountable to yourself, you strengthen that internal muscle. Over time, it becomes automatic, non-negotiable, a way of life. But here's the hard truth. Nobody can build it for you. You've got to sit in that silence. You've got to stare down that weakness. You've got to own your choices. And that ownership, it's not a burden. It's a gift. Because the second you take full responsibility, you take full control. And that's where freedom begins. So stop waiting. Stop hoping someone else will hold you to the fire. Light the damn fire yourself. Be your own drill sergeant. Be your own coach. Be your own savior. You want to change your life? Start with this truth. You are responsible for everything you do. And everything you asterisk don't asterisk do. Be your own accountability. Stay hard. So what does all this mean? It means if you want to change your life, asterisk really asterisk change it. You've got to stop negotiating with yourself. You've got to kill the excuses, burn the fallback plans, and force yourself, day in and day out, to be consistent even when you don't feel like it. Especially when you don't feel like it, because that's the price of greatness. That's the cost of transformation. Understand this. Nobody's going to hand it to you. Nobody cares how you feel. The world only respects asterisk results asterisk. You don't get to tap out every time it gets uncomfortable. You don't get to wait for motivation or blame your situation or rely on someone else to hold your hand. That's weakness. That's soft, and soft doesn't survive. Soft doesn't lead. Soft doesn't win. You've got to become the kind of person who shows up regardless. The kind who creates pressure where there is none. Who trains when the body is broken. Who studies when the mind is tired. Who fights when the heart wants to quit. That's consistency. That's discipline. That's what separates you from the rest of the world that just wants to asterisk feel good asterisk. There's no secret formula. There's no shortcut. Just repetition, grit, and the willingness to suffer for something bigger than your feelings. Because comfort is the cage. Motivation is the trick. And if you let either one run your life, you'll never become what you're capable of. So remember this, you don't rise to the level of your dreams, you fall to the level of your standards, and those standards, they're built through consistency. Force yourself to be consistent, until it's no longer force. Until it's asterisk who you are asterisk, until it's in your bones, in your blood, in your breath. And when the rest of the world is still making excuses, you'll still be grinding. Stay disciplined, stay relentless. Stay hard,